It's a difficult life. Every time I look up Reiki, I get so, and I hear this. We are getting dualistic. India is very dualistic now. So is the consciousness there? Consciousness is everybody. Spiritual path is a little different, right? You know, it's about the karmic patterns. This is not true. Reiki has its own intention, and it's a healing art, but it's also a psychic art. Anybody that puts you away from discernment is a spiritual thing. And quantum is close to spiritualism. Well, it is spiritualism. These vibrational frequencies, like Dr. David Hawkins, these frequencies, when we get into dualisms, we are separate. Do not do Reiki, he says. I am separating because of this. I'll probably go off YouTube and use Vimeo, and the feeds will come through Vimeo. I don't need these algorithms coming in saying that every time I look up some Reiki. Um, it's raised my consciousness because I do Kundalini Reiki. And then we get into dualisms there with different sects of Kundalini. In the New Age, there will be no dualism. I do not hate anyone. But as they push you away, they're not your spiritual Sangha. It's a tool I use. I use crystals. I love quartz. I love quartz crystals. They bring in love light. The only thing that divides us is dualisms. There's no, when I do Reiki, I wake people up to their inner essence of finding who they are. And I know dualism is the wrong thing, the human ego. Like, I think I want things like a big fast car. I heard the noise of a Ferrari last night or Maserati. Awful noisy. That's the human ego wanting to be heard. So humble people do not want, they want wealth and comfort. They want wealth and comfort, but they want other people happy. When you start to lose the need of the ego, the need for ego, this false dualism is hurting our earth right now. He says he doesn't like British rule, doesn't want to come to Canada because we're British. No, not really. There's a lot of India here, and they hate Britain. So we're cords. India's got into the cords of the past and the wakes behind them. You know how much people don't get these principles of spirituality. Present moment is all we have. But we're in this dualism. And I've met spiritual teachers all over, and they are dualists. Their ego pops back in there. And if you judge the ego, then that is it spiritualism of my ego judging them, or is it spiritual discernment? So I questioned that. He said, she's an ego. I was out in Salt Spring Island, and he was a Hare Krishna. But he was judging. He says, the problem with people is the ego. Yeah. But judgment. I think the younger generation's waking up. Gen Zs, they have that word, judgy. When we judge, we are ego. Because we see separation. I do not hate anyone. Love is the fabric, and the woven weaves of all connection. Duality is when we see everything as different in our spiritual undertakings. Christian mystics, Hindu mystics, Buddhist mystics, Muslim mystics, Sufis. These are camps. So I do Qigong. I broke a camp. I try to bridge everything, like interwoven with love. I study psychology. I study physiology. Everything I can to break over the interweaving of ideology. I notice people get stuck in camps. There's psychologists, there's psychiatrists, but you're a sociologist. These are camps. And judgments on age gap. You ever been with somebody that's very young in physical form, but they say, I'm really a very old soul, a young woman? Like there's young women that are just wanting to go out and have fun with old men. I think it's kinky. I'm not into that. But there is a few I meet that say I had a spiritual awakening. So we can't judge up physical form. There will be the new golden age. Age will be honored. Everyone will be equal. There won't be a young, old, just souls. The crystalline reality of what's going to happen to us. We're heading to a higher dimensional reality. If we just block all the duality and love at a higher vibration, we wouldn't have any resistance to fear. All the programming that's going to go. So that's what the problem with the world is. Dualisms. It's birthing a new earth. A lot of energy coming in. So Reiki is just one form of, we label it Reiki. You label pranayama. There's flavors in all food. Food's just a flavor, but it is basically food. Substance, energy is food. Whatever we're doing means we're walking down a path that we've chosen, that is a spiritual path. If you're a Christian, mystic, you're on a path. If you're into tarot, psychic development, you're on a path. If you love nature, you're on a path. Because in nature, there's no dualism. If you get out of that head of dualism, you see the interwoven fabric of everything. The trees meditate in nature. Humility. Or is it humility? No, it's love. Breaking down all these barriers. Fighting wars and ideas and concepts that there's one path. And a lot of people get on, are waking up, and they're trying to find the answer. And then they listen to teachers saying, no, there's only one path. But then they're being led by duality again. I get on here and we talk about age gap relationships. It's messed the thing up. It's messed it all up. I meet a lot of young women that want to have an affair with an older man, but they don't want to. They have a resistance to say, I've been conditioned, it's creepy. Homosexuality is creepy, isn't it? Gay, transgender is starting to become a norm. Not everything fits conscious of unknown. Here's a young woman that was conditioned that Reiki was something weird. She got her level 2 because she loved her dog. She sat down and talked to me. I wasn't going to do this, but I did, and my life changed. I do animal Reiki, and it's paradigm shifted me. The paradigm shift of raising the vibration. When we do Reiki or any energy healing, it clears all the garbage in us. But we're sort of out there. Like last night, I don't feel, I'm an empath. And I have to constantly do Reiki. I went for a walk and I found the energy was just so, but we're in this cycle that we don't understand of a lot of energy coming in. I gap things because I'm trying to let spirit come in. They say my attunement, psychics say, and I know I had it when in 2016, I became a Reiki master. And as I meditated with the attunement energy, I saw these First Nations, Plains, Indian chiefs coming in. They're my spirit guides. The First Nations of Canada, North America. Plains Indian. The original people that probably been here for anthropology goes back beyond what we understand with indigenous cultures in North America. And my connection to horses. Well, my ancestry is Aboriginal, Australian. So Dr. Gabamati woke me up a bit on the myth of normal. We're born into situations, and when we come to Earth, your situation's completely different from mine. Like, I was raised in the country. I had no real parenting. Both parents back then worked. And I think she was a light worker because she was a nurse. She gave all her life away to nursing. Never home with me. So I became an animal communicator. I attached to animals, and we have to go to some sort of spiritualism. So animals do not live in the dualistic reality. They don't. They live in they never eat of that forbidden fruit on that three-dimensional reality. And I heard all the dualisms of horse trainers and stuff, people saying that horses are stupid. I never saw that. I find getting down to the art of appreciation is happiness. So, the art of, I used to hate writing with a pen, but I do now. And writing a gratitude list. I didn't know how powerful gratitude is. I didn't think, and nobody would think this. They're always giving us pills when we feel upset. We have empathic overwhelm of caring for other people. That's the first stages of awakening, massive depression. Because you see how they're suffering. Well, Joseph out in Alberta, I told him he was on antidepressants, and I didn't tell him to get off. I said gratitude. The energy I was manifesting was just enough to cut him to find his own way. He went off all psychiatric drugs. His depression was gone by writing every day positives. So that's a different path, but it woke him up. He was awake. He cared about people. He loved them. But he needed to get out of, he was in his 30s. He needed to get out of this dualism of absorbing all that energy of depression. So I heard Sati Guru, and he's not even on Udemy. And I've taken a lot of courses there. They took him off. I'm not running him down, but I practice Reiki. But it's only a tool, my friends. If we think of these schools and camps as tools on a path, things we pick up. And I do Kundalini Reiki, I do Krunaki Reiki. Now, if I do Reiki, I don't think that's the thing. Certain Reiki practitioners do not purify ideology. I think you're right there. So we'll come together on this. I've heard ideologies that Reiki cannot be attuned distance. It's one ideology. It's not true. Another ideology, I was saying a British Reiki practitioner. Don't put your hands over your head. That's not right. That's not true. Energy goes where it's needed. It has no, when we get into the true Reiki system, it has no camps. It is just pure Reiki. It belongs to everyone. We open a pathway, us Reiki practitioners. When we attune people, we clear a lot of energy. So those who do take Reiki wake up. They have these spiritual, beautiful things happening. They release a lot of problems. If I can see people getting cancer free after 6 treatments, do I denounce it? Spiritual essence coming in to sync with their physical form. And actually, it's good Reiki and a good Reiki practitioner. Intellectual pursuit of is the problem. It gets in the way of quantum healing. It gets in the way of energy healing of any form. Meditation to zero is quantum healing. When we get that and that low, the vibration of manifestation without us doing anything. Like I draw symbols. And I had to go over the symbols and what the sutras and the meaning of every line is and meditate on. Because I've been on the path for a long time and I have to read it. So I draw the symbols of each system I'm using. Violet flame, different symbols for Kuniki. So I've been taking my time. I haven't started my practice yet because I'm just building up the energy, but I feel I have to protect my energies. You know, I need more crystals and grids and attunement. But I started using 2 crystals, quartz. And I went to a psychic in Nova Scotia. He called up and he picked up quartz. Smoky quartz is what you seem to be drawn to. Yeah, it is something I draw. Aura Light 23, I like that. It's got a good vibration. We found what we call a crystal called Thunder Bay and Canadian crystal. There's crystals everywhere. Tourmaline is a very root grounding crystal. Essential oils, I'm into that too. Yeah, my life is not to listen to dualism, but hearing Sadhguru saying these things is a teaching for me to not get attached to them. Maybe I am wrong, to resist another opinion. But maybe my ego's getting in there. See the question of the human ego, always trying to break these threads. To be a good healer of any form of energy, you need to break through the ego and crack the mold. The ego is the barrier, and it doesn't make us very good practitioners. Reiki and my energy healing to be your awakening. But I don't want any of my intention spiritually that we get out of dualism. But that's not ego, is it? Is it ego? My intention. I have to let go of any intention. The energy gets higher as we let go of intention. Battery's going dead. But I was at 36 last night. So I put intention into the water bottle, plastic, and energy into it. Yeah, I can change the taste of water. Yeah, I noticed that. Another Reiki master talked about it. We can change, like it goes through taps and it goes through systems. Up in, I'm on a second floor of an apartment, but I can change it by the molecular structure of love and vibration and Reiki intention. So I charge crystals, and I don't know if that's wrong. And I've got a attunement to, and he's a spiritualist. He says that sounds like alchemy. It is. What's in the etheric crystal service? Qigong method of channeling energy into your quality of a crystal in there. It's going to suit your need for that blockage. So let's consider Reiki as a healing art. You take a pill. It has an energy, a vibration. You eat a plant. It has an energy, a vibration. Is it wrong or right? Actually, you are in control of it. You are in control of everything. If you go to a Reiki practitioner, I don't think they're influencing anything. They're a conductor to this higher. And that's the problem. The ego says, no, that's Reiki. It's 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 not conducted. Sure, went to him out. He studied everything. He was a doctor. He went up there and he saw the symbols. There's a lineage of Reiki. I got down on paper my first attunements, what lineage, and it's being influenced not only took it, but the physical forms and writing down notes. This is their one Reiki school. There's 3 original masters, but this is going back for that. It was just that would break he originally had. Jesus taught it's us. It's us, our dualism from our healing nature. Everybody has these abilities, but we're so blocked from the patriarchal system and the duality. We're on these lower vibes. There's 5D master, and he attuned me, and I can do it. It's just to simply can feel the energy shift. Just saying that. I go from 3D to 5D. I can feel it. See, he attuned me in stages of that. He's a very young man. He's an old soul. I listen to everyone. I do not have duality on age. This old souls coming to Earth in the Gen Z. We're raising our vibration to crystalline energy. It's like, that's a tower crystal. Energy into it and clear it. We use sound waves, it breaks the frequency. And we clear it. And it's got a point. It's a pulse. It draws in the energy of the grid. I can feel the energy in my hand going in there. Our chakras pulsation. I do Reiki on screen and they feel it. But they are only open that they need healing and they accept it. The people that will accept energy will receive. If you're blocked in your ideologies, you can't get a good attunement. The blockage of logical thinking. It's in the Bible, and I wanted to see the mystical Jesus. You've healed me, Lord Jesus. Your robes have made me so whole. He said, your faith has made you whole. He did it himself. As soon as he saw Jesus, the master of somebody that was on a higher vibration, non-dualistic, he found his own inner potential to heal himself. That's our empowerment. But it wasn't Jesus's robes. It wasn't Jesus. It was he taught a vibration of wholeness. Jesus was not an egoic person. He was resonating at a very high frequency of consciousness. And the ego is the lower 3D reality that is blocking us. So uh, some masters do Qigong. Tai Chi. There's many forms. Yoga is, I like being a part of the awakening because I do Kundalini and I find people are so messed up with the yogic Kundalini awakening. And I thought I started waking up. I listen to all this. You're not really dark. You just woke up that everything is different. You're on a path. But the energy is so intense. I had to do Kundalini. That's the way the masters send it. And it's distance attunements. And the way it works is you go to bed at night and absorb these spherical chi balls or ki ball energy and let that absorb into you. So I got into a different form of Reiki for doing distance, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get some insurance. I've been studying life coaching too. But first, I do the energy healing. And why do I believe in energy healing? To clear all these toxic chemicals in you called the the programming. We've been programmed from our childhood, from our schools, our education, our dualisms, and that's like we live in countries with law and order. That's not the program. That's our safety. Like we don't do harm to people. But basically, there's a lot of freedom. Like colleges, these camps. My system's better than yours. Try it. The Buddha was taught that, didn't he? From he says Reiki or the simple seeing it's all sutras. The Reiki symbols are sutras of meaning. And to separate so we understand it. That's how the sutras of the symbolisms are written. They have a meaning, but they're all unity when we draw them together. The Han, Shastakobana, a very bridging symbol. Now, we've come up with new symbols that really mean the same thing. It's what resonates with us. The daikome has different symbolisms and different ways to draw it. For the individual resonates with. But there's food source manifests moving on. Seniors development place. Find a place away from cities. I go into a city when I got enough energy. But I'd like to work remote and um, quiet and away from egos. So I read Carl Westport's Digital Minimalism, and I sort of follow it. I like listening to audiobooks that resonate to me. But a lot of things aren't resonating to me on YouTube with the spiritual teachers and age gap relationships. These are generalizations. Everybody's different. But what I'm involved with, I met a few lot younger than me, more open to new concepts. Gen Zs. What am I? Boomer? That's a barrier. And our boomer class, it was good and bad. There's a lot of older people like I don't resonate with, and there's a lot of older people I do. Some like they're very spiritually awakened. I don't think in the new age, the golden age, there'll be a everybody age gap will not get has got Down syndrome. Lots of people because he's not in the mind. That's the problem with us. This harmed us. Or we there's that, and it just manifests. See, I've got I don't need to do much. It comes in automatically. I remember the first. I said, "Why am I feeling this?" And I sometimes I'll be in a place where I need to do a healing, and the energy. So he collapsed in the bar. I was playing in there one night. He was the doorman. He ate some food poisoning. Let me do some Reiki on him. No, get back, get back, get out of here. Well, that's all right. The um, I don't know if this is a Reiki. I don't think it was just I had to, and that was a dualism. Get out of here. Don't do that here. Energy healing, and I have to separate, and I have to do something, but I need and should do it in my way. And explain I go into a hospice or something. I'm very aware of dualisms as an empath, and I do oracle card readings. Realize that I'm walking. There wasn't many people out there, but there's a res energy. It was after rain, and I felt this dualism, this energy, just. But this is the thing, Andre. We don't know what it is. We just surrender. So I get people coming to me and they want me to explain Eckhart Tolle. What's it mean? I don't get it. I want to get it. What does Eckhart Tolle mean? He's not about getting anywhere. He's about being. The beingness of life. He is right on the path. Dr. Eckhart Tolle, he's a very spiritual man. Now he's woke up from um, depression in dualism. And if you read the New Earth, read those books. This is the problem with mankind. It was right for this time. It was right for this time. And my little grandmother, Lakeisha, she works for Reiki Masters and charges crystals. She's of the tribe of many colors in the Netherlands. And she's been with different cultures and different people. And she sees no dualism. She's a wonderful soul. She's a beautiful soul. And there's a lot of shamans in the world, women shamans. The patriarch will die. It has to die. We get a lot of patriarch right now. And I name them on YouTube, unfortunately. And they're just, the whole system is dualistic. The news, the hate, the fear, the anger, that's the way they control us, the patriarch.